What's good, y'all? In today's video, I'm doing a reaction and a review for Khalid's new album, Free Spirit. Y'all ready? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B kid. I'm back again with another video. But this is your first time on my channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing, because on this channel I talk all things music and entertainment while keeping it real. I always trying to find the bright side of everything, alright? And after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell so you can get the post notifications. Every time I post a video, you're gonna see it. Alright, y'all, so let's get into this video. Like I said, this is going to be a reaction and review for Khalid's new album, Free Spirit. This is Khalid's sophomore album on RCA Records, and he released it yesterday on April 5th, 2019. This follows Khalid's debut album, American Teen, and his Sun City EP, which came out late last year. As y'all know, I'm a really big fan of Khalid. I love him, and I feel like he's one of my favorite like emerging R&B and pop artists on the scene right now. I love his voice. I just love his music. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this album came together. The main producers that worked on the Sun City EP, I think that was Digi and Charlie Hanson. They produced most of this album, so I feel like this would be somewhat of an extension of the Sun City EP. We got some other producers too. We got Demal, we got Stargate, we got Disclosure on the track, Murder Beats, DJ Dahi, Hit Boy, and some other people too. So I feel like this album is gonna be a combination of, like I said, like some of the Sun City vibes and some new vibes as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this album came together. So let's just get into it. First reaction and first listen of Free Spirit. Y'all ready? Let's go. Track 1, intro. I like the melody of this track. I like his voice on it, but it feels somewhat underproduced in my opinion. But I guess he wanted to start off with a very cinematic vibe, so whatever. I like the vibe that he was giving off vocally, and like I said, I love this melody, but I feel like something feels missing in the song. Like, I don't know if it was something in the production or just something with the lyrics. I just feel like something was missing, but I like what he was trying to like get at with the vibe of this intro. Track 2, Bad Luck. I like this guitar riff. I love Khalid's voice, man. He has a great tone. Yes, love that. Okay, I like this beat. This is an interesting hook. For the album that's called Free Spirit, this album already feels like a Debbie Down already. I don't know, it just feels like really melancholy. Talking about I'm in love with bad luck. Damn. Damn. Yo, this song is sad, but like it's low-key real as shit, man. Like, I feel all the shit he said in the song. I feel it. It's real. Damn, I feel it. If you gonna love me, you gotta love all of me. I fuck with this, man. I like this one. You got a good bounce to it. And a good message that's real as shit with real ass lyrics. In love with bad luck. Hey. That's a good melody. That's what gets stuck in your head. Love that. Track 3, My Bad. I've already heard this song. This is a pre-release for the album. I like this track a lot. Shout out to Demal on the beat, my favorite producers. I love Demal. My bad. Love me and we were wildin'. We was cool, yeah, we was vibing. Gotta put my phone in silence. So my bad. I feel like this song could have been deeper, but I like the song he wrote on this beat was cool, but I would have loved for him to have wrote something more deeper than what he wrote about in the song. But I still love the way it sounds sonically, so I rock with it. Yeah, no. Khalid having some good backgrounds. He do. Yeah, that hook is an airworm. I feel like the song could have been deeper, but good hook, good melody. That should get stuck in your head. Boom. Ha. Hey, hey, hey. I wish the song was a little bit longer, you know? Track 4, Better. So you already know this song. This is his big hit out right now besides Talk. It's been doing this thing everywhere. I like this song. In the night, like the diamond in your arms. I feel like his voice sounds good on tracks like this. That is mellow, smooth R&B pop shit. You know what this song reminds me of? This reminds me of like the song you played at a bonfire in the summer. Everyone, all your friends just around a bonfire chilling. Like this is the song right there, you know? You like darling, man. Everyone's just vibing, you know? Rocking. Hey, nothing feels better than this. We've been talking about in my ears. Nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. Nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better than that. I appreciate the vocoder effect on the end of this track. I feel like it was well placed, you know. Track 5, Talk. So this is another song y'all already know. This is his new hit out. He's been doing his thing. I really like this track. If you don't love it, let me know why. I'd be interested to know why below. I love the synths on it. Shout out to Disclosure. Speaking of Disclosure, where y'all been at? Like, I need y'all to come with a new dance pop hit. Like, we need y'all. I love Disclosure. Started off right, I can see it in your eyes. I can tell that you want him more. Hey. Dreaming about it, and it's you I'm on. Hey. This song sounds like spring happening. Like, it sounds like the flowers blooming to me, you know? I fuck with this joint. Bang, bang. Before we get lost. Bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Hey. I never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Da, 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 da. Bah, bah. I love this joint. What? Come on, man. I love this joint. Hey, I leave the door unlocked. Hey. Ah. I love this joint, y'all. Yeah. 5 o'clock. Hey. Boom. Da, da. Boom, 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 boom. Da, da. Boom. Da, da. Boom, boom. Figure out where we're going. Hey. Track 6. Right Back. Okay. Come sit in my phone. I've been waiting for hours. Not here, but I'll be there if the traffic allows. Right. Fuck LA traffic. I'm not sure you about. Honestly, it's better like that. I know we've been falling off track. Bring it right back. Let's just let the time go past. We don't gotta take it too fast. Got the weed, we can sit by the beach if you wanna get faded. Y'all know Khalid love to smoke. I like this track. I just feel like something about it could have been a little bit harder, especially on the hook too. It's nice, but I feel like, again, another song that's missing something in the production to have made it hit a little harder, like the intro. But I like it though. Yeah, this sounds like a 90s, 2000s track. I fuck with it. Track 7, Don't Pretend, featuring Safe. And this track got Murder Beats and Doc McKinney on it, so definitely looking forward to this one. But honestly, this song is giving off like a very boring vibe. It's like another song with like a nice little guitar riff with Khalid just like singing along in a kind of boring way. I don't know. But it's a vibe though, it's a vibe. That saves the song for me, that part right there. That vocal run right there, I like that part. The track is alright to me. It's cool. And I don't think I even noticed when Safe was on the track, so that's a problem for me, but whatever. Track 8, Paradise. And this guy DJ Dahi on the beat. So this one tracks I've been looking, mostly forward to. Okay. I'm liking this funky wah wah song. Alright. I gotta admit, again, I feel like Khalid isn't bringing that much life to the song, and I feel like that's what he's usually good for, especially with that amazing voice of his. But I feel like he's not bringing that much energy and spirit into this track, even though I feel like it has a good foundation, if that makes sense. But I don't know. He doesn't sound bad on it. He's not taking it home for me. I don't know. I feel like that track could have been so much more, but it just wasn't. But like I said, I like the production, so that's what saves it for me. Track 9, 100. Another nice guitar riff. That's real shit. Life ain't never easy when you need it to be. Lord knows that's the truth. I like that. I can't give up energy that I don't want to receive. I like that. Lord, I'm gonna keep moving. There's other things I gotta do today. That's so real. I feel him. There's not enough hours in the day, man. It's giving me somewhat of like an 80s pop rock vibe too that I'll fuck with. Like that. I like what he did with this track vocally. I like it. Hey. On my face. Gotta take it slow. Hey. I like it. Oh damn. Not like any of them gave a fuck if I was breathing. Oh. Summer's over, so they switch around like the season. Oh, wow. I'm too busy trying to fight away all of my demons. Talk about it. We all trying to fight our demons, man. Talk about it. Damn, talk about it. Damn, Khalid getting the shit off on this track. So all the people milking him and his celebrity status, he's getting the shit off. Fuck all y'all. I feel it. Get your shit off, Khalid. I feel it. But he's still alive and he's still here, even though you got 100 things to do every day. I feel it. I like this track a lot. Wow, that was definitely a highlight for me already. That was a highlight for me. I like that. Track 10, Outta My Head, featuring John Mayer. Definitely want to see what Khalid and John Mayer sound on tracks. I'm definitely excited for this one. Okay. Okay, this is funky. John Mayer, where you at? Okay, I guess John Mayer's not providing vocals, just guitar. Alright, whatever. Starts sound good though, I ain't mad. Come on, John. No, John Mayer always kill a guitar. He always kill a guitar solo. Y'all know that. Come on. John Mayer, that guitar solo king. Low key. Just can't get you out of my head. I like that. That's nice. I fuck with that. Track 11, Free Spirit. Okay, title track. Let's get it. The song feels very cinematic. Like that. He sounds good on this track. Like the acoustic vibe on this track. I wish it was a little bit longer too. I like that. Track 12, 21. 21. Yeah, another song that is just giving me like 80s pop rock vibes. Alright. He tries to fight the feeling, thinking about letting go. Would that be easy for you then? The song's giving me basic vibes already. You were 21, so you started drinking. Hold on, pause. I feel like this is giving me like a cousin track to what was it? What was that track on his debut album, 18? I feel like this is giving me like this is like a cousin to that track. That's what I'm feeling right now. Like. This track isn't a highlight for me, but I like the way it sounds. It sounds cool for now. I don't hate it, don't love it, but don't hate it. It's cool. Damn. I'm in pain, but I'm to blame. That's a lyric. Hold on tight. I feel like that song could have been written out in a more sophisticated way. But I like the vibe of that track. I just wish I wish the lyrics were fleshed out more and thought out more. But yeah, it was cool. I wasn't mad at the track. It was cool. Track 13, Bluffin. Turn off the lights. I like that guitar in the back. I've waited all my life for someone like you. I think this is a track I'm gonna need to hear multiple times to really get into it. But I'll first listen, it just feels somewhat underwhelming for me. But I like the funky production, especially that guitar in the back. I like that. I feel like this song would have been better if it was actually more stripped back and if more of the elements of the vocals were stripped back and it was more basic. I actually feel like it would have worked better, but you know, because production is so organic and so earthy, I feel like it just called for more of an organic vocal approach than with so much, you know, stacking up the harmonies. But you know, he sounds good on it. He don't sound bad on it, but it's like that track was alright for me. I might have to go back and really see if I really fuck with that one. Track 14, Self. This is a track produced by Hit Boy. This was a pre-release track. I've heard it a few times. I love this track. I like the production. I love what he's talking about. Just like, you know, self-reflection, dealing with all his inner demons and all that stuff. I just love what the song is talking about. This track is deep. Listen, self-reflection and self-awareness is hard, but you gotta do it in your life, man. You gotta be aware of who you are. You gotta reflect on who you are. It's hard, but you gotta be with yourself. Working on my health, amen. Compete against myself. Emotion make me less of a man. Self-reflection. Yo, we gotta have more conversations around, like, you know, masculinity and, you know, the role that emotion plays in being a man, because we have that shit all types of fucked up. We need to have more conversations about what we expect of the men in our society, you know, and having raw emotions and what that means, you know. So I appreciate Khalid making this song, man. It's real shit. Yeah, this is definitely a highlight for me. I like this track a lot. I love Hit Boy's drums on this beat too. It just hits harder, you know. This track is a whole vibe. Track 15, Alive. Comes in phases, consequences and mistakes. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long. When life is what you make it, and then there's more to go. Need another chance to say goodbye. You shouldn't have to die to feel alive. I like what this track is talking about. It just feels kind of boring. I don't know if it's just the very basic guitar riff and the basic melody, or I don't know, but something about this song is just really boring. But I like what he's talking about on it, so. Shouldn't have to die to feel. Track 16, Heaven. I like this. I think Khalid said this is a Father John Misty song, so that's cool. I like what he's doing with this song. His voice sounds good on it too. I like this. Heaven make me an offer. There's nothing less left for me out here. This is deep. Yeah, it's a really cool, powerful track. I like it. Maybe an offer. There's nothing for me out here. Track 17, Saturday Nights. Alright, so y'all know this track. And you also got the remix with Kane Brown too, which I actually like too. So this is a cool track. Interesting way to end off the album. New Day, Cigarillos. Yo, Khalid got mad hits out right now, low-key. Saturday Nights, Talk, Better. Khalid got a lot of hits out right now. Eastside, Love Lies. Like, yeah, my guy got mad hits out right now. Shout out to Khalid. He's a hit maker, low-key. I like the song. And that's a grow on me, but I like it now, though. Y'all like the Kane Brown version remix more now? Y'all let me know. All the things that I know that your parents don't. They don't care like I do. The way that I do. The way that I do. All the things that I know that your parents don't. All the things that I know that your parents don't. Sorry, this is a good song. I'm in my bag right now. This is a good song. I'm just over here vibing. This is a good track. This is a good track. I'm over here vibing. Honestly, this song had a good vibe to end up the album. Even though it feels really random coming right after Heaven, but you know, I still like it. And that's it. Alright, y'all, so I just got done listening to Free Spirit for the first time. I've heard a lot of the singles before, but in terms of the whole album, that was my first time listening to it all together as a whole project. And I think this album is interesting. I think the first thing I'll say off the bat about this album that I was kind of, I guess not surprised by, but I definitely noted was I think the departure in R&B that I think Khalid took on this album. Khalid has a lot of R&B songs on this album, mainly songs like Talk, so yeah, he has Self. He has some R&B songs, you know, in here, but I feel like for the most part, this album really took on more of an 80s pop rock vibe. I noticed that vibe in a lot of songs. I was, like I said, not surprised because I think because Khalid's voice is so multifaceted and his voice can work on pop records, it can work on R&B records. So I think he's lucky that his voice is very multifaceted. So I'm not mad that he went in that direction, but I think I personally prefer his voice on R&B records more. I feel like his voice is better suited to R&B records. So I was hoping this album was gonna be more heavy on the R&B side, like his debut album was, but I think he definitely took more of a 80s pop rock stance on a lot of the records throughout this album. And it wasn't exactly a bad thing. Definitely wasn't a bad thing at all, but I definitely noticed that, so I definitely wanted to mention that. And I kind of was surprised that he did that, but not really, because like I said, his voice is very multifaceted, so he can go many different ways on his projects. But in terms of the album as a whole, I think the album felt somewhat scattershot to me in terms of, like, you know, how the song sounded and what they were talking about. Is the album seemed kind of all over the place for me and scattershot somewhat, but there were so many good songs in the mix. So I think that's what kind of saved the album, is that there were some really nice vibey records in here. Even though this album did feel kind of like unorganized, or somewhat kind of just like Khalid just kind of put the tracks together and kind of just put the vibes together. And it doesn't really seem like Khalid really thought this album out as much as he did American Teen. I feel like American Teen, to me this album feels like somewhat of a step back, and I don't want to say it's a sophomore slump, because I don't think this album is a flop. I don't think it's a bad album at all. I just think it's somewhat of a step back from his debut album, because his debut album for me felt way more organized. It felt like it had way more of a clear concept and direction and theme that he wanted to go with. Whereas this album just kind of feels like him just kind of making like a coming of age, you know, I'm 21 now album. And even though you got that vibe throughout this album in different songs, it doesn't really feel like he had a clear sense of what he really wanted to. I feel like he had a clear sense of what he wanted to say, but I don't think he had a clear sense of how exactly he wanted to say what he was trying to say on this album, if that makes sense. So I think that's what I really noticed about the album, you know, in general. I think, you know, in terms of how the album sounded, I think his voice sounds good as always. Khalid, I think, is someone who, like, almost never has a bad voice on records. Like, live, he can still work on it. Like a lot of new artists, they need to work on their live performance and their live vocal. But at least in terms of, like, his studio vocal, Khalid is just an amazing vocalist in the studio. His background's always amazing. His tone is amazing. That boy knows how to blow in the studio, and he really just does his thing on the mic. So I think he sounded great on this album. His voice was amazing. But I don't think a lot of these songs, I don't think they had the same like spunk and flavor, and like I don't think they had like some of the dope visions that I feel like a lot of the tracks on his debut album had, you know. So a lot of these songs, like, they felt good, they sounded good, but to me they didn't give me that same oomph that a lot of songs on his debut album had, you know. I just feel like a lot of these songs were missing something from me. A lot of songs that y'all saw in reaction that I loved, I really loved, but a lot of songs that I kind of was just like, like kind of listening to, they weren't exactly bad, but I was just feeling like, you know, I was kind of, like I said, he sounds great, but I'm waiting for that, like, I was waiting for those like that you know, that saison, that adobo, that flavor that I feel like Khalid can give you with his amazing rich tone. You know, he sounds good, but a lot of these tracks, I don't know if it's maybe just a combination of like some boring production, or maybe things are missing lyrically, but I just think some of these songs just had missing elements that to me that didn't really make them punch like that. But they weren't exactly bad songs, but they just didn't really punch like the way I thought they would. So, you know, I think this album is very consistent sonically. Like, you know, I think with him having, you know, Digi and Charlie Handsome as the producers for most of these tracks, you know, album did have like a very consistent vibe and a very consistent sonic feel to it. So I think in one vein, that was great, because I think it helped create a vibe on the album. Like, you know, this album really did sound like an album, because all these tracks really sounded similar and they really fit Khalid well, and you know, created a vibe. But I think on the other side of that, what ended up hurting this album, because of how similar all these songs sounded, and because of how consistent it was, I think that the album ended up missing some of those big songs, or just some of those songs that I think could help change the pace up. That would have made this album, I think, stand out a little bit more in terms of the industry right now. And also because of that, I don't think this album will age that well. You know, I was hoping this album was gonna have more tracks that would just stand out, and like, you know, my ear would perk up when I heard them. Songs like Talk, like, so I feel like a song like Talk is a song that when you first hear it, it's just like, oh, boom, like, okay, like, you know. But a lot of these songs on the album didn't really have that spunk and that flavor that would make my ears perk up when I first heard it. I feel like a lot of these songs I'm gonna have to go back to and really figure out if I'm really vibing to them or not. But they had a great foundation, so I just think, like I said, just to kind of sum it up again, I think because the album was so consistent sonically, it ended up creating a vibe. But at the end of the day, I don't think this album's gonna age that well in terms of his whole catalog and his whole discography, because I don't think there are enough of those songs that stand out and that really help change the pace up of the album, to really get it going. So that's my only gripe with this album. But yeah, man. Also, I think some of these songs did kind of come off basic to me in terms of and kind of surface level in terms of how they were written and what they were trying to get at. I think I don't think he meant to do that. I think because he's still young, it just kind of happened. I'm not gonna be mad at him because he's still a young dude. He's still trying to figure out who he is and getting into his life and all that. I can relate. I'm still young too. I'm still trying to figure out who I am. But you know, as artists, we look to artists to really kind of reflect and show us where we are in our lives, and I think Khalid did a good job of that. But I think some of these songs could have been fleshed out a little bit more and written a little bit more creatively and a little bit more deeper to really have made them, like, you know, as fully realized as I feel like they could have been. But like I said, a lot of these are not bad songs. I just feel like they could have been written more creatively and with more attention to detail. And so I don't know, but that's my only thing. But like I said, I really do think a lot of the production on this album was good in it. It really did all blend together very, very well. So I think that was the good part about it. You know, kind of ending off, I really loved all the themes he got to on this album. He really was talking about, you know, just growing up, self-reflection, pushing through confusion and expectations in life, and happiness and being content, and just a lot of things, you know, that young people go through in terms of, you know, growing up and figuring out who we are, and figuring out what we want to give to the world and what we want from the world. So I think he definitely did a good job of, you know, putting those things on this album. But like I just said, I just wish they were fleshed out a little bit more, especially because of what he showed us that he can do on his debut album in terms of writing really interesting creative songs, and just kind of using his voice to paint a really amazing canvas of art. But yeah, that's just my general thoughts on the album, guys. I think my favorite tracks on this album off of first listen, a lot of singles I've already heard before, but in terms of my favorite tracks off this album, I say definitely Bad Luck, My Bad, Better, Talk. You already know that's my jam. I love Talk right now. 100, I really like that song 100. That was a highlight for me. I like the song John Mayer, Out of My Head. And I also love Self. Shout out to Hip Boy and that beat. I love Self, a great track, great lyrics. And lastly, Saturday Nights. A lot of songs that I didn't hate, but I just want to kind of go back to and really get into them more, is the intro, Don't Pretend, Paradise, 21, Bluffin, and Alive. Those songs I didn't hate, but I just want to get into them more and really figure them out. But yeah, man, in terms of my rating for this album, I give this album a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like if I give this album a 3, I feel like that would be a little bit too harsh, but it's definitely not a 4 and above, so I'm gonna stick with the 3.5 out of 5. But let me know what you think about my rating, and let me know what you would give it down below. Alright, and the last thing I want to talk about, y'all, is the Free Spirit movie that came out in conjunction with the album. So Khalid put out a little like short film, or not, it wasn't really a short film, but it was like a movie. I think it was like 45 minutes that came out on April 3rd, or right before the album came out, as like a companion art piece to the album. And I watched it on Apple Music, and I thought it was pretty cool. I love the movie. The only thing that I was kind of confused about, even though I thought the movie was great, was like the documentary aspect that was in the movie. And so pretty much it was a movie about like Khalid and a bunch of his friends in El Paso taking a road trip to kind of get away from their town, and to kind of like figure themselves out, because they're kind of tired of living in their town where nothing happens. So it was really cool, like coming of age, like road trip, you know, small movie. It was really dope, really well put together, great acting. Shout out to Coogie and Latrell from Coogie from The Shy, and Latrell from On My Block. I think his name is Joaquin Guillory. He did a great job as Trey in the movie, and all the other actors were just great. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. But the only thing I was confused about was just how like like all the kids were like being interviewed in like a documentary style about like their lives in the road trip. So I was just a little bit confused by that, because I thought it was always like a personal, like a story, but it was like a fictional story, but then it was like a documentary as well. I didn't really get that, but like all the things they were mentioning in the documentary part, like a lot of the questions they were being asked and the answers they gave about life, was really dope. I think like really great writing, really great themes presented in the movie, but I was just confused as to how it was like a fictional road trip story, but like then it was turned into like a documentary too. I was confused by that, but I enjoyed the movie. So let me know what y'all thought about the movie down below. Alright, y'all, so that was my reaction to my review for Khalid's sophomore album, Free Spirit. Hope you enjoyed my reaction to the album. I hope you enjoyed my review. But let me know what you think about the album down below. Let me know if you hated it, if you loved it, if you thought it was alright. Let me know what were your least favorite tracks, your favorite tracks. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and I'll talk with you in the comments, alright? I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit this video with a like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, okay? Appreciate y'all. And like I always say, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song, make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. But this has been your boy Brights, the R&B kid. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, no, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just have fun.